Ready, Dave?
All right, let's move on to a very easy song to interpret, Letterbox.
I'll never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow. Cause a little bird never tells me anything I want to know. She's my best friend, she's a sparrow. And I'll never know what you never want to know when you know what you are.
So Jordan, what do you think of the
Letterbox. Yeah.
yeah, the I don't know what you would even call that, the vocal dexterity of this song?
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's fun. It tickles my fancy.
Yeah. I thought it would.
Yeah. My favorite thing musically about this song is, and it's funny because you don't really get this from the album version, but they're doing a very creative little trick with the harmonies. Here's what it does. First verse, they're singing the same exact thing.
Right.
Second verse, I wrote this down. Second, as if the song's not complicated enough. Second verse, Linnell does the falsetto, the high part for you people who don't know music terms. Second verse, Linnell does the high part. Third verse, they switch, and now Flansburgh is doing the high part.
Interesting.
And then the fourth verse, they're doing a what's more of like a standard harmony. So this is best illustrated in this clip of the two of them doing it in 1988 on this radio show, and it's even stereo pan. So whoever bootlegged this did like a great job. But it's like you hear each of their voice in each ear, and you can hear which one is doing the falsetto and which one isn't at which time. So because the song is so short, I'm just gonna play it and just like enjoy.
See you in a little bit.
This song is called Letterbox.
Okay, this is Letterbox. Take A. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
I never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow. Cause a little bird never tells me anything I want to know. She's my best friend, she's a sparrow. And I never know what you never want to know when you know what you are. If I had 5 eyes in the back of my head for each time, you've got to take out all the things you've got to talk about when you talk about out of my spine. I would have a lot of eyes on me by the time, wouldn't that just be fine? To live soon to make noise about love, and there's no time for sorrow. Run around in the rain with the holy bread till tomorrow. Oh, I never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow. Cause a little bird never tells me anything I want to know. She's my best friend, she's a sparrow.
That's wild, man.
I love how clear you can hear that, and it also brings to mind that like this was a song that is like best live, I feel, because you see them do that, and it's like, to me, that's part of the conceit of the song, and you lose it in the album because first of all, I'll say I love how it sounds on the album. It's like beautifully produced, it's lush, it's it's very different for them. Like kind of like what I was saying about Someone Keeps Moving My Chair, the guitar. It's not as abrasive. It's like smooth and nice and goes down smooth.
It's produced.
It's produced. It's like beautiful sounding.
Well, it's an album.
What? But you lose that conceit. You lose the whole point in my mind, which is that they're swapping falsettos, and it's like it's something that's very interesting about the song.
Now, why do you think they chose to do that for this song specifically?
The falsetto thing
and the switching off.
I have no idea. It probably probably something that happened during rehearsing it and stuff. It might tie to the lyrics if you want to try to crack this code of this song. But
I'm just making conversation.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's interesting about this song, and it might be why the lyrics are so complicated, is it was one of the first songs ever for them.
Here's this is one of the oldest songs that in our repertoire. We actually did this song long before we made the Flood album, but we were totally running on fumes by the time we got to the Flood album. So we had to pull this one out of the vaults, dust the cobwebs and stray remains of other skeletons off it, and put it on the record. So ready, fellas? Here we go.
So apparently it was written in around like 1980. So because in this clip from 1988, Linnell discusses it, and you'll hear he says he wrote it 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
The next song doesn't really have a name, and I wrote this song about 8 years ago, back when we were young and good. And this is sometimes we call this the Letterbox song, and you'll find out why.
So this is like one of their first songs, maybe one of Linnell's solo first songs, like Cowtown was, I know.
So you think there was an ambition there? Something to prove?
Well, it's like, so yeah, it's like he wrote this around the time he wrote like Cowtown, and like both of those songs are just, those lyrics are like these crazy jumble of like the Yellow Roosevelt Avenue, like
Right.
Linnell was like on fire at the, in this time.
Lyrical somersaults.
Lyrical somersaults.
He could have been the next Eminem.
That's right. Such failed potential.
Yeah. Eating mom's spaghetti.
But Dave, do you like Letterbox?
Do I like Letterbox?
Do you like Letterbox?
Jordan, do I look like a guy that doesn't like Letterbox?
Well, your shirt says I hate Letterbox.
Oh, I shouldn't have worn that then. Yeah, I love Letterbox. It's funny. We were just now discussing how short it was, and I didn't realize it because it's so
short.
Dense, maybe?
Well, it feels... It could have been on their first album or Lincoln. I think it would have fit in on Lincoln pretty well, in my opinion, because Lincoln has that folky feel.
Sure,
a sort of. I feel like a folk person hearing that would be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But yeah, it could have been on those albums because it was such an early song. I wonder why it wasn't, especially because it's so short. Like first album could have been like 20 tracks easily.
Yeah.
Just throw this on there. Who knows? But I love the production here. I love the backwards drums in the beginning. It's like a really cool idea. I don't know why thematically, but it's cool. I mean, there's all like Hearing Aid has the backwards thing in the beginning. Then this does the whole second half of Flood, like all coherent.
Very creative.
Really like single thing. They always claim that's not intentional, but I feel like somewhere along the way they must realize these things and pursue them.
I think they just have very good instincts.
Yes. So Jesus Christ, I have a bizarre theory about the lyrics, and we're gonna get in trouble. No, I don't know.
Lay it on me.
We're just gonna get in trouble because people are gonna be like, "This is stupid." But so, okay, well, before
I'll take it from here, Jordan. What it's about is...
Before I go into that, I want to know if you had any inkling of what the song might be about.
No. Let me see.
That's why I picked Dave for the show.
Oh, I did want to say one thing, and I just thought of
You
this.
could say more than one thing.
I'll say two things.
Okay.
I just saw this today. Linnell bringing up eyes on the back of your head again.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting thematically. Again, you might go back to where your eyes don't go.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And taking a bite out of your spine.
Yeah.
Again, another thing. Spines have been brought up, and then of course later on they're gonna have the album spine.
Yeah.
Something about those two things are sinister when paired. Yes,
I agree that they're like surreal nightmare imagery, but then you've also got the little bird, which makes me think of Birdhouse.
Right.
Like you're having this friend that's a little bird. And again, it's not like intentional, but man, this album flows so in an interesting way. But do you have any idea what like this like supposed story of
I'm being
song?
honest. I honestly don't. I was trying to unpack it, and I failed.
Okay, so if I were to a vague starting point, it'd be like, oh, the narrator sent a letter to someone, possibly a person he likes, like a girl he likes. Let's just say that for simplicities.
Well, I could have said it was about a letterbox.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that much.
You would have nailed it.
Did you say nailed it or mailed it?
You would have said nailed it, but I wish I said mailed it. So, the idea, like, he doesn't know, but if he sent a letter and he doesn't know what she'll find, I guess maybe he didn't send the letter. There's a lot of, like, contradictions in these lyrics and things. It really trips over itself. I'm just going to throw this out there, and this is probably a bad idea, but back in the 80s when they would do Puppet Head, in lieu of the memo to myself spoken bridge, Flansburgh would, at a few shows, would go on this angry rant. And he uses the word letterbox in it, as well as another phrase from another song, which is weird to me. But just listen to this. So check this out.
Okay.
Memo to myself. Go to my backyard and find a letterbox.
buried deep beneath the ground. Inside that letterbox there is a letter, and written on that letter in 1,000 tiny lights are the words, "Kill George Bush."
Kill George Burns?
Bush.
Bush. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's cool with George Burns. This was 1988.
I was like, what's his beef with George Burns?
This was that was from June 17th, 1988.
Edgy.
Yeah, kind of insane to incite the death of a. Isn't that illegal? I don't know.
I think so.
A lot of Flansburgh's doing a lot of illegal stuff.
Man, he's a wild man.
So here's my weird theory.
This is about the Contra.
The Iran Contra. So Letterbox tying that with assassinating a president, run around in the rain with a hole in the brain. Is this about shooting? Is this about like shooting some president in the head?
Oh boy!
Follow me here. I also find it interesting, by the way. He says in that letter, written in 1,000 tiny lights, which makes me think of birds fly. The tiny lights shine. So that's a weird reoccurring phrase.
Or Hanukkah.
Now here's the thing: this is a Flansburgh rant, and we're pretty sure Linnell wrote the song, as far as we know. So that might discount what I'm saying a bit.
Yeah, but they kind of borrow from each other.
Yeah, they
are inspired by each other.
They've both wrote songs about like car crashes. They both wrote songs. There's a lot of like mind melding between John and John.
See.
So here's the thing. I was trying to then reframe the lyrics as about like, is it about like a crazy person who's like gonna kill the president?
If I had a pair of eyes in the back of my head for each time you forgot to think of all the things you forgot to talk about when you took a bite out of my spine, I would have a lot of eyes on the other side, wouldn't I? Wouldn't that just be fine? Too late or soon to make thoughts about love, and there's no time for sorrow. Run around and ran with a hole in the red to
And then, by the way, this ties later to this album with Sapphire Bullets and stuff.
Right.
So, like, to me, it's like another thing where the songs are kind of tying together. But again, I might be totally cuckoo crazy land right now.
I'm rereading them now in that mindset.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work. But I also think the run around in the rain with a hole in the brain kind of works.
But what about the little bird,
Yeah,
that
it's
seems to be
a cute image.
And like the sparrow, isn't that like Return to Spring and stuff? And the didn't we talk about that another one, the Italian bird thing, the Primavera?
But what it also makes me think of is like Son of Sam said a dog told him to kill people.
Sure.
Here like a little bird talks to him.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's also a term for gossip.
Yeah, it means like hearing around the town what's going on. Yeah, and the little bird doesn't tell him what he wants to know. So to me, there's this negative thing in the song. There's something bad. I don't think it's a happy song, though the song sounds very pleasant and very pretty. I don't think it's a happy song. I think especially if it's a relationship thing, he's saying, when you took a bite out of my spine, that's like a bad relationship where someone else is like domineering and maybe like making you crumble, shrivel up, curl up like a dying cockroach.
Yes, like so many dying cockroaches.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. This is a tough song. I actually, the other night, I was just staring at the lyrics for like a solid like hour, trying to be like, what could I say? It's a tough one. Maybe we'll get some. Oh, this is a good time to say email us.
Yeah.
don'tlet'sstartpodcast@gmail.com is our email. Our Twitter is don'tlet'spod. If you have ideas, you want to talk about what you think is going on with the song, you go for it.
I mean, looking at the lyrics in front of me now, the only thing I would be even halfway comfortable postulating would be definitely, well, we said relationship. I think this might be a song about some unrequited love.
Yeah, a crush.
Definitely sending a letter or being afraid to send a letter, like a love letter.
Yeah.
Especially, she's my best friend. She's a sparrow. I mean, maybe it's someone he even knows that he's like afraid to see his feelings for.
Oh, you think the little bird is who he's writing to?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't think
and
of
then
it that
even,
way.
I mean, look, run around with a hole in the brain. It just could be that it's like dominating his thoughts.
See, I feel like that's what most people go to with that, but the shooting someone in the head thing.
That's the thing, the shooting thing.
I don't know. Well, it says, so every line it begs many questions.
Listen, Little Bird never tells me anything I want to know. What he wants to hear is that she is reciprocating the love.
Oh, you think he's in the best? He's in the Sparrow zone. He's in the best friends Sparrow zone.
I do now.
Too late or soon to make noise about love. So it's like nothing's happened yet, or you've already missed your shot. I mean, I relate to that. All the crushes I've had.
Hey.
I've either been like, I've been in those positions. There's no time for sorrow, but then it's made it's a happy song. So that when he says there's no time for sorrow, but if he's saying, I don't know, too late or soon to make noise about love and there's no time for sorrow seems to contradict itself. I would think there would be sorrow if it's too late or soon to make noise about love.
But running around in the rain. See, whenever it's like you're feeling sad about love, it's raining, right? That's like a trope.
That is what happens when I've been sad about love.
Yeah, it's like John Cusack starts raining on you.
Ill.
And then but then tomorrow, you try again.
I never know what you find up. Well, so the idea that the first verse comes back again is always, I feel like that's always an important choice, especially when people like John Linnell who have no problem writing tons and tons of lyrics. So like, why would you repeat lyrics again? It's because there's like a circular theme happening in the song, which is that, I don't know, he keeps like waiting for this letter to be opened or something, and then it never happens. Then he tries again tomorrow, and then he tries again tomorrow. So I like that. I like that we're like kind of stuck in this weird pattern.
I never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow. 'Cause the little bird never told me anything I want to know. She's my best friend, just a sparrow. And I never know what you never want to know when you know what you are.
I'll never know what you never want to know when you know what you are. Oh, that's one of the lines that I kept staring at. Like, wait, what is? I was trying to break it down like to its simplest possible form. Like, okay, like cut out some of the nevers. So I'll never know what you never want to know. You see what I'm talking about? I'm like, wait, what is that? What does that mean? Yeah.
When you know what you are. Oh.
Yeah, it's one of their most tricky songs. But also one of their most beloved songs, I feel. I feel like fans also love this one a lot too, right?
This is a good one.
Yeah, if I had a pair of eyes on the back of my head for each time you forgot to take out all the things you forgot to talk about. When you took them.
See, I just see that as like, I feel like that line, as in where your eyes don't go, when you want to sort of see or know things that are unknowable.
Yeah.
I feel like this guy wants to know like what is said about him in behind his back in terms of like feelings.
I like that.
And then like take a bite out of your spine,
Maybe he's paranoid. But saying I would have a lot of eyes on me by this time, wouldn't I? That's almost like there's a kind of a threatening tone to that. Like, oh, wouldn't I? Like
maybe it's about a potato.
Fucking me over.
Third theory. It's about a potato.
Third theory. Yeah. Wouldn't that just be fine? I don't know if that's sarcastic. You know what I mean? Does he think that would be fine?
I think I got to tap out of this one. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Before we move on, I'll just say the production of the song, it's like really more stripped down than I even remembered. I think it's 2 acoustic guitars.
Yeah, the guitar sounds nice on it.
There's like a synthy bass sound, and there is an accordion, which is like, there's a lot of really nice accordion on this album, which I only really noticed when I really started like listening closely. And that's really it. And the drums, like it's really just simple and clean. Just a nice...
Well, because it's so vocally driven.
Yeah, you don't want a bunch of crap getting in the way.
The vocals make
bullshit.
It much more lush. The vocals make it sound very full.
Yeah.
Because it's the constant syllables doubled.
Yes.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thanks for agreeing, buddy.
So that's Letterbox.
Sort of.
Maybe we'll come back to it. Do you guys think it's about assassinating the president? Email us at don'tletstartpodcast.